Show. I'm John Moore, joined as always by Rocky and Papa,
Mason
Macy Gray, and Papa Doors.
That's right.
Holiday basketball tournaments
Holiday basketball.
have come and gone. Wakefield,
Tournaments are great.
they are great.
You get a chance to see, like if you catch it the right time, you get a chance to see bits of a couple different games at a time. Oh, man. All right. We talked about Wakefield a bunch on the show. Had to get down to see Wakefield.
Right.
I don't know when the last time you went to Wakefield was. Wakefield High School is great.
Really?
They redid the whole school. It's
I've never heard anyone say that before,
great.
including people I know who went to Wakefield.
Man.
I mean, it's been 22 years since I've been to Wakefield High
I was
School.
going to say.
Yeah.
When you go, when you go into the school, you walk in, the basketball court is down a level.
Okay.
So like there's glass all around the court, so you can look from the top and look down on the basketball court.
Well, that's a cool thing.
It's awesome.
Huh.
So it's a great place to go watch a game.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's a lot of room on one side of the court. There's a DJ going.
No.
Yeah. Oh, it was great, man. It was great.
I like that.
You trashed Central Bucks West for how many names they had in their,
No.
on their high school. Central Bucks West from Pennsylvania. They
They play pretty good basketball at Central Bucks West?
got some guys who can play.
Yeah?
They've got to do Jake Reichwein. They say he's a small forward, power forward. That dude plays center for them. 6'3", 220. He's kind of a big dude.
Yeah.
Got great moves in the post. He was tough in that game. It seemed like he had most of their points in the first half. I mean, it was 20. I think it was 27, 28.
Yeah.
Going to that, or 26, 27, something like that going in the first half. But they were right there neck and neck with Wakefield in the beginning. They've also got a dude named Colin McAdams. He's like 6'5". I told you before we started, the Wisconsin team a couple years ago.
Right.
They had Sam Decker, big athletic white dude.
Yeah.
That's what this guy is like, man. I was talking to Adam Ayalou from Vantage Hoops while we were there.
Yeah.
This dude could play. Like a lot of people were like, Central Bucks West, these guys coming from Pennsylvania. No, they could play. They slowed the game down a lot because they knew Wakefield wanted to get up and down the court. So they slowed the game down a lot, and man, they had them kind of out of sorts in the first half. That's 27-26, or I'm sorry, 27-26 in the first half. It was neck and neck. I mean, 16-15 in the first quarter. Like they were just battling back and forth. Amari Cooper for Wakefield.
Great sports name.
Very first, they get the tip. I'm sitting up, I'm kind of standing, I've been talking to Adam Ayalou from Vantage Hoops. I walked down to the other end of the court, setting up because I wanted to get Wakefield coming at me, you know what I mean? Some police officers there. You know, I get a little nervous still around police officers given to my youth.
That's something I do remember from Wakefield High School, was police officers.
Well, I'm standing there, so I'm kind of talking to them for a second before I get started. They get the tip, I turn around, look, alley-oop, Amari Cooper jams the first play of the game.
Awesome.
That dude is athletic.
Yeah.
Only a junior. Amari Cooper had probably 6 of the first 8 points that Wakefield had. That guy is legit. Second half, they come out, go on a 25-8 run in the third quarter, completely blow the game away. It's over from there. They've got a dude, Halil Parks, who he could get it, man. I mean, he was getting it in that second half. Yeah, he blew up in the second half. He had 24 in the game. Alan Treacle, I mean, we talked about him. He had 41 about a week and a half ago. He had 15 in the game. He had a play at the end of the game where he you could tell he was not going to give that ball up. He was taking it to the basket, and he did, and they are loaded. They were without their center. They have a center that's injured. When he gets back, they're going to be rough. That third quarter really blew it out. It was 21-20 in the fourth, but they were already up by 15.
Right.
So they were going to win 72-55.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting out and seeing Wakefield.
You've got to see them.
They've always had the athletes down there.
Man, they are athletic. I think they've only got 3 seniors on the team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're tough. But
that's good.
Amari Cooper had to have probably 10 rebounds in that game. Also had at least 4 blocks that I saw in that game. I mean, he was just people coming down the lane. He was just swatting everything. That dude can get up. That dude can get a. Yeah, you got to check out Wakefield. They're tough, man.
Sounds good to me.
Can't wait to see Wakefield play Potomac at some time. At some point in the playoffs, they're gonna play.
I can't wait. Yeah, Potomac's good.
Going to see Potomac on Tuesday the 3rd.
Tuesday the 3rd?
Going to see Potomac on Tuesday the 3rd.
All right. Well, I saw Hayfield, and I saw them play Lake Braddock at the Glory Days tournament in the semifinal. Now, I'm going to fast forward for a minute because the school's not from here who won the tournament. They're another school we were joking about last week.
Yeah.
Old Mills Godwin. They got some pretty good basketball from Mills Godwin.
They got some good girls basketball. I saw them at an Oakton tournament.
Is that right?
Too, yeah.
So they ended up beating Hayfield 60-51 in the finals of the tournament. But the game, I watched the semifinal game between Hayfield and Lake Braddock. Now, we're going to talk about atmospheres. Lake Braddock, we see the tournament games at the end of the year there. So, they have the courtside bleachers that come in. So it gives a real stadium feel there. So, and it was great. It's always good in these basketball tournaments where you have the other teams that stick around or maybe they haven't played yet. And there's just,
want to scout them?
It's great. It's great. You get a lot of different perspectives of the game. So Hayfield, much like their football team, doesn't focus so much on the defense at all times. But they score a ton of points. So they put up 100. This game was a close, competitive game that Hayfield led the entire way, if that makes sense. So it was 28-20 at the end of the one, then they add a point to their lead by halftime. They were constantly adding a point or 2 points, and they ended up winning the game by 12, but it was competitive, but it was exciting, and I want to highlight a couple players. Now,
my man Brian Cobbs.
We all know about Brian Cobbs. This kid's a super athlete. Yeah. On the football field, he should be a all-everything wide receiver. He is in our book.
He is, absolutely.
He scored 20 points. But the kid who I wasn't familiar with that you had talked about, Langston Gaither. Yeah. This is a grown man playing high school basketball.
It jumps out at you, right?
It does. He looks like the bully on a court. I don't mean that in a negative way.
No, that's a positive thing.
Yeah, I mean it like, when he goes up for a rebound, I mean, he's so aggressive and so, like, you can see the intimidation of some of the other kids around him. Like, whoa, you remember Larry Johnson at UNLV? I mean, he used to scream. Before he was grandmama, he was just like the loud guy on the court who was super aggressive throwing elbows. Yeah. That's who this kid is out there. He puts up 33.
I told you I saw him dunk like 4 times in the South County game that I saw.
Now, he did miss a dunk.
Oh, yeah?
We've all seen that. Look, now when you miss a dunk, I remember last year, Blake Pagan missing a dunk in the game for Battlefield, and, everybody ribbed him a little bit. Yeah. When he missed that dunk, he had been so dominant the whole game, it was kind of like, okay, he can't do everything right. But, yeah, very impressive kid.
I think he's averaging like 26 a game this year.
Yeah, they got talent there.
They kind of surround him with good, pieces all around him that really benefit that team.
They get up and down the court so fast.
They do, man. We're talking about Wakefield having athletes too. Hayfield's got athletes though.
Yeah. Lake Braddock, not the best basketball team coming out of Lake Braddock. Yeah. I will tell you this. Corey Pelham. Yeah. This kid is pure stroke shooter.
Yeah, he is.
He was knocking down threes. The first couple I missed because the game had just started. He was pulling up from, we talk about some of the other kids in the area who have like that Steph Curry shot selection. That's him. He has not seen a shot he does not like.
No, I think he got 1,000 points already in his career.
I believe it. He was shooting for 1,000 that game. Cooled off towards the end, but he started off hot. He made 5 3-pointers in the game, so.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not a bad night.
But that tournament ended very impressive. Again, Mills Godwin. Don't invite them to your Christmas party next year.
No.
But the all-tournament team, Mills Godwin, they had Tim Fisher and Dylan Thomas. Champions get 2 guys for the all-tournament team. Mm-hmm. Dom Fragala from Champ.
Of course.
Yep, he made the all-tournament team. Corey Pelham we just talked about. Anthony Pearson from Osborne. Have you seen this kid?
Yes.
Now,
that dude is an athlete.
The story on him is he needs to be seen more.
I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to see him. That's where I'm going to see Potomac play.
Okay. Yeah. We got to see how Anthony Pearson does.
He can play quarterback, too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And then Langston Gaither obviously made the all-tournament team. But, yeah, it was it was a great holiday tournament. And again, don't bring Godwin to the Christmas party next year.
No.
Keep it local.
Anthony Pearson, that dude can play.
We need to put on our own dunk contest with these kids. Saw one last year I didn't like.
I'll take Amari Cooper or Langston Gaither in that contest right now.
So, Rob, you were at a holiday tournament in Oakton High School while the Oakton High School girls were out in Arizona in the holiday tournament.
Yeah.
Do tell.
It's like inviting people to come stay at your house and then leaving for the week.
That's right.
They went out there. There were some good teams in the tournament. I mean, there was Yorktown. I've never seen Yorktown before.
Yeah.
The George Mason girls were there. Loudon County was there. And Patriot South Lakes. I mean, there was some Mills Godwin. They were there. So yeah, it was. I wanted to get out there and check that out. Plus, I could literally have a room at
You could be a Cougar, yes.
Yeah, basically. So I see Yorktown play Annandale. Mm-hmm. Not super competitive. Just, no knock. Not super competitive. It's 27-12 in the first quarter.
Who's winning?
Yorktown.
Oh, wow.
Yorktown's got a couple players who they stand out right away. They've got a point guard, Sydney Davis.
Yeah.
She's just smart. You can just see right away she's smart. She gets in the right spots. She gets good spacing on the court.
Right.
She sets people up. She sets the defense up and she sets her offense up. I mean, she gets going well. She had 10 points in the game. Probably had 7 assists in that game. Probably could have had a triple-double in the whole game. You never know. In the first quarter, she probably had 5 assists. Maggie Shipley, I think she's only a sophomore. She had 21 in that game. She had 3 threes in a row that I saw, basically from the same spot. Sydney Davis just came. It was almost like, I can't believe they're leaving her open again. Carry her in the corner, she gets another shot. But they're up 48-15 at halftime. Wasn't good from there.
Mercy rule.
Annandale, Sarah Shamdeen is a sophomore. I saw her play last year. Talk about Steph Curry range. She'll pull up from anywhere. She was a little off in this game, but she will pull up from anywhere.
It's not good when you're taking Steph Curry shots and you're not making them.
No, that doesn't bode well for rebounds. Does not bode well for rebounds. But they also got a senior, Katie Garish, who she plays center forward. She's really good. Got to get her the ball more.
Yeah.
Got to get her the ball more. She only had 4 points in that game. She's got to be more of a focus on that offense.
Right.
But man, Yorktown, I'm telling you, they also got a girl named Liz Sheehan. She had 17 in the game. She hit 3 threes. Yorktown's good, man. They're 7-3. I got to see them again because I want to see them play in a tough game. I want to see them in a tough matchup.
Right.
Raw Poetic is in the house. Almost saw him trip right there. That would have been awesome.
That would have been great.
We should have a camera set up on him. That would have been awesome. Sorry about that.
We're so used to messing with cameraman Steve, who's out of town this week.
Speaking of that,
yes,
cameraman Steve, got to get him to play. I don't know why we didn't think of this earlier. Nicole Floyd of the Floyds.
Oh yes,
we need to get her here. When she had a knee issue. I hope she's recovering well from surgery.
We absolutely
need to get her.
Raw Poetic might be interested in the male versus female battle of the sexes.
She would crush him.
Easy.
Nicole Floyd is a baller.
Oh,
she would crush him. She's like 6'2" too?
Yeah.
We're just going to move on. Yorktown. Got to see them again.
Got to see Yorktown.
Sydney Davis, Maggie Shipley, Liz Sheehan, they can go.
Yeah.
Maggie Shipley can shoot. Like I said, I think she's a sophomore.
Man, there was this, I remember being in high school, there was this group of schools that we used to clown. Is that word still used? Clown? We used to clown them. And now there's schools you're talking about. Yorktown, Wakefield, Jeb Stewart. Anything coming out of Jeb Stewart?
Jeb Stewart. Hey, they've got a new football coach in there. They're turning some things around.
Okay.
Yeah. They're turning some things around.
Take them off my list.
Yeah. They got to do. Just go on our Twitter page and pull up his highlights. Their quarterback receiver combo. They got some ridiculous highlights. They go on to win 71-29.
Yeah.
Big fan of the Adams, but that was a tough game.
Right.
It's a tough game.
But my Seahawks.
Okay.
Channel 28, resting.
Let me
This is
say
for
this.
you.
South Lakes. I go to watch them play Patriot. I went to watch Patriot play against Herndon a couple weeks ago,
Right.
and I was really impressed with that team.
Yeah.
Told you, Ava Pell could have had a triple-double with blocks. She's tough. So I was interested to see this matchup. Let me say this. You know that's trash the Oakton student section a little bit?
Yes.
There were more people in the stands to watch the South Lakes Patriot game than there were to watch an Oakton home game.
No way.
That's
Well, I say
no excuse, Oakton.
South Lakes, we know their quality out there.
Yeah, but they travel. They travel well. Had a at halftime of the game, had a guy that was on the South Lakes football team was in this. He was trying to impress me. He was like, "Rebel Run, check it out!" Trying to shoot threes, airball 3 in a row.
Outstanding.
I made him redeem himself after the game. I was like, "You got one more shot." So he made a shout out to him, man. But they come out in that game. It's 15-17 in the first quarter. An awesome first quarter.
Yeah.
So this game was probably, it could be the best game I saw this year.
Is that right?
Yeah, so far this year it could be the best game I saw. Well, I guess the year's over, so it's the best game I saw this year. They had, when I saw Patriot play the first time, Autumn Hobson was out. I think she averages like 14 a game, so
Okay.
she's the leading scorer on the team. And I
Right.
think she was out when I saw them play Herndon. In this game, it looked, she's talented. I mean, obviously, if you're scoring 14 a game,
Sure.
you get something. But it kind of looked like there was some trouble. You know, sometimes when you have a really good player that's out and then you bring them back
Right.
in, there's
Kind of messes up the chemistry
a
a
little bit. That's kind of what it looked like there. Maybe it was that. Maybe she just had an off night. I'm not sure, but she was a little bit out of control in spots. She was still getting. I mean, she still got 8 points, but I think she had 6 in the first half, just 2 in the second half.
Right.
So there was just a little bit of something looked like it was a little bit off,
Find her legs.
but they were still right there in the game.
Yeah.
And so even with that, they were going for it. Ava Pell is an and one machine. She goes to the basket, gets fouled, makes both. She was terrific in the game. Terrific. Yeah, she had 12 in the game. She had 12 points, 8 rebounds. Probably 4 blocks in that game as well. She rejects things constantly. It's really funny. And Alyssa Bertrand was really good again. She had 6 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. But even Neck, I hope I'm saying your name right.
I hope so too.
10 points, 5 rebounds, or 5 assists, 4 rebounds. She has games like that constantly. 8, 7, 6. I mean, she's gonna have a triple double at some point.
Right.
She was tremendous in the second half of that game. She's got a good little pull-up jumper from inside. She's got a good mid-range game. She knows how to set people up. She's just a really smart basketball player. Now let me talk about South Lakes.
Please do. You know they're my favorite school besides Fairfax
With good reason.
and Flint Hill.
Their girls basketball team,
Yeah.
they're 6-4. I don't know how they lost 4 times. Olivia Damper, she can ball. She had 9 points in the game, or she had 9 points in the first half.
Yeah.
I think they were all in the second quarter, as a matter of fact. Finishes with 15. She can play.
Yeah.
Amani Holland had just 2 points in the first half, finished with 10. So, I mean, in the second half, she was really good. But Olivia Damper, she's athletic. She's got like a little funky kind of slice to the basket. Taylor Newman-Farr, I want to say she's one of their top scorers. She might be the number 2 leading scorer. I think it's her and Olivia Damper,
Right.
the top 2 scorers. She had 9 in the game. Tia Benvenuti. She's only a junior.
Yep.
Her Twitter handle is Tia Baller.
Yep.
She is Tia Baller. I'll never call her by her last name again, although I think it's Italian.
I do love these Twitter handles.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's calm, she's patient, she doesn't get rattled. Like, you never see her kind of force the issue a little bit. There was only one time where I saw her I saw 2 games that they played. There was only one time I saw her take a shot that was a little bit rushed.
Right.
She's like a calm killer. You know what I mean? Like she's an assassin in that way.
Right,
like
right.
She's just a calm killer. But she can handle, she can get to the rack anytime she wants to, and she is deadly from 3. She's got a little. You remember like Darren Williams when he first started in the NBA?
Of course.
She got like a little bit of that to him, where she doesn't look like she's moving that fast.
Unassuming, yeah. But always quick first step.
Always the same face.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like I said, never gets out of position, never gets rattled. She just handles her stuff. She had 13 down the stretch of that game. That really and Patriot was battling back. I mean, it was a tight game throughout. I mean, it finished 63-58. I think Patriot cut it to 1 at one point. She comes down, hits a 3, pushes it back up. She had 19 in the game. She was the star of that game by far, but she was just down the stretch. She was great. Let me say this about Patriot. Number 42, Reagan Booker, needs to play more. She needs to play more. I think she still had 8 points in that game, but there were some spots in that game. She needs to be on the court. She brings something to the table that they need more in that game. Head coach, you talked to head coach Christy Winter-Scott at South Lakes before the year started.
Very entertaining.
Hey, she's entertaining on the bench as well.
Yeah.
Say that. She's entertaining, and especially in a heated game like that, you know, there's calls down the stretch that don't exactly go the way that you want them to. I'm not. You know, I know I just said that Reagan Booker needs to play more for Patriot. After the game, I go to look at the book. You know, I always go to look at the book after the game. I want to be able to see who had points, what this was, so we can give them some shine.
Yeah.
There's a Patriot assistant, would not let me see the book.
No.
Yeah. I'm trying to give your players shine. Let me see the book. I'm just saying, I'm not.
You got shunned?
Yeah, it's not like state secrets. You're gonna put it out anyway. Let me just see the book. I'm not, no disrespect. I'm just saying. She wouldn't let me see the book, so thank you to the South Lakes people who let me see the book.
We always thank the South Lakes people.
I'm just saying.
They deserve it.
Yeah, no disrespect, but let me see the book. I'm trying to give you players shine. Ava Pell, she was terrific in the game.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Christy Winter-Scott.
Christy Winter-Scott she knows how to coach. She knows her team. She knows how to coach.
Right.
You had a chance to sit down with a couple of the players from the South Lakes basketball team before the year started. Take a look.
We got point guard T.M. Benvenuti, power forward Deja Cotton, and Danielle Spears, the 3-2 hybrid player, right?
Yes.
Good. All right, T, let's start with you. Take us back to last season. There were some highs and lows. It was kind of a down year for you guys, but coming from the seniors, it was a good learning experience. You guys gelled towards the end of the year. What do you remember about being a sophomore last year? What was the lessons you learned?
Well, my freshman year we had our post princess, and she had most of our rebounds and
Post princess?
Yeah, but I'm sure her name was Princess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was our post.
I thought that was a nickname. I wasn't hit to you.
And she graduated, so we didn't really have a post like her here. So just adjusting to getting rebounds how she used to and stuff. I think definitely we did good throughout the season, adjusting with not having her here. And then our lows, I think our communication could have been better. Throughout the season, I think we've definitely gotten better, but in the beginning, our communication on defense, we could have done better with that.
All right, Deja.
I feel like we weren't really focused during the season, but towards the end of the season, we were focused. And when I was a freshman, I played JV, so coming in on JV, the communication wasn't there. I wasn't really communicating because I wasn't nervous. It was my first year on varsity, so I wasn't really talking. But yeah, that's what we lacked.
Okay.
Same with Deja. I had last year I had moved up to varsity, and it's very different coming from a JV level, being me and Deja were probably the stars on the team, and then coming to a varsity level where there's competition. You have to fight for that starting spot. So our highs would probably be towards the beginning and somewhat part of the end, we would start playing really well as a team because we want to win. And then our lows would be probably, the communication, not coming as a team together, and our struggling communicating.
Right. Danielle, I'll stay with you. Take me through your summer. What did you do, and what do you think you improved on the most? What part of your game?
I played AAU over the summer. In the beginning of my season, it was a struggle. My confidence level wasn't there yet. Coming towards the end, I started on the team. My confidence was high. I was in the game most of the time. So bringing that towards to the high school league, definitely my confidence of going in the basket and shooting more has improved.
Deja, how was your summer?
I didn't play AAU this summer. I was just training and I was practicing with some boys when they were playing AAU. I feel like when I was practicing with the boys, it like made me more like mentally strong. Like I always knew I was strong and I can go to the basket whenever I want to. But if like when I was playing with the boys, like they really like put their bodies on me and I started using my body more, and so like I'm more confident going into the basket.
Right. Tia?
This summer I played AAU, and I think I've gotten better like with my confidence. Like, before I like came to South Lakes, I played like a 2 and a 3. So I've never played point guard until Coach Scott put me at point. So I've kind of gotten used to it, and this AAU season I played point guard, so I've gotten better at that position, which will make me more confident going into the season.
Yeah. What are your expectations for the team this season?
I expect better, like way better than last year, but I expect, a winning season definitely. I think it'll be good because like over the summer, like last summer we weren't really like as close off the court as we were like on the court, but this summer we've hung out, like become good friends and got to know each other better. So I think that'll go into transfer like on the court with our like poise and confidence and stuff.
Deja, expectations?
I expect us to play as a family, be mentally strong and physically strong, and just leave it all up on the court.
Danielle?
I am so excited for the season. I feel like we are going to come out strong and just have that very good, nice passion to play with each other.
Good. One word, Coach Scott, describe it. Tia, you first.
One word to describe. I would say passionate.
Passion. Deja?
Strong.
I'm going to go with fierce.
Who's the best shooter on the team?
I mean, it's like no. I think Tia.
Tia?
Yeah, I would say.
I got somebody you need to have a shooting contest against, but we'll do that next time we're on camera.
Thanks as always to South Lakes community.
Yeah.
Channel 28 Reston, Comcast Local.
Thank you for letting me see the book.
Before we move on to some more basketball, I got something we got to talk about real quick. Battlefield. We talked about that head coaching vacancy open.
It's not
They
anymore.
bring back Mark Cox,
Yeah.
the previous coach, state championship winning coach.
We know some people that are a little depressed about
There's
that.
some disappointment in the area about not from the Battlefield side,
No.
but some people who wanted that job.
Since you brought up Battlefield,
Yeah.
Joe Davis from the Battlefield guys team,
Yeah.
go look at the dunk he had in this tournament.
Oh yeah.
Dunked on a dude and then glared at him after it's nasty.
I love it.
It's nasty.
There's nothing better than the serious expression, like the scowl. I don't get it. I like the blank face
It's possible.
celebration. It's pretty good.
It's possibly the best high school dunk I've seen in Northern Virginia in a long time. I mean, he just dunked on the dude, and you could tell, you know. He just wanted to throw. He wanted to push.
I like the blank face celebration.
Oh man, it was nasty.
Yeah,
Shout out Joe Davis, man.
very good. Couple other games.
Well, I'll tell you this: at that Oakton tournament,
Yeah.
Loudoun County and George Mason played. You need to go see Loudoun County to see Natalie Villaflor.
Oh yeah, I was about to say. I didn't think you were going to say something about George. Remember George Mason? They had that What was that streak they had?
The soccer. Their soccer team is ridiculous.
Are they?
Their soccer team is ridiculous.
I know they won a lot of.
It's like 9 of 10 or something. Like
Yeah.
it's something absurd.
Right.
Their girls lacrosse team is good too. Sarah Lubnow plays for she plays on the basketball team and she plays
Right.
for the girls lacrosse team too. I saw them beat Woodgrove last year. It was a good game. But Loudoun County, Natalie Villaflor, they've only lost one game and it was to Oakton.
Oh, really?
Natalie Villaflor averages like 28 points a game. She had 32 in this game.
Oh, yeah, I gotta see that.
Her energy level from tip to the end of the game is
Yeah.
the same.
Huh.
She's a monster on the court. I call her any cost.
Any
She's
cost?
worth the price of admission at any cost. Like she is worth it. I saw George Mason play South Lakes in the last game of that tournament. Man, Tia Baller had 19 or 16 in that game.
Yeah.
She was on fire from 3 in the first half. Yeah. South Lakes can play. South Lakes in Loudoun County, got to see them play.
Oh,
They're really good. Coming up this week,
Yep.
Osborne's playing Potomac, so I'm going to that game.
Yeah, we gotta see that.
I got to see that game because Anthony Pearson. There's another guy that plays on there, Zach Powell.
Okay.
This dude, I just see Braden Galt and Shinari Street.
Right.
They played on the same AAU team with Zach Powell. Man, he's fun to watch too.
Yeah?
He wears the goggles like the Horace Grant goggles.
No.
Yeah. Zach,
Those things should have went away in the 1990s.
no man, Zach is tough. But Anthony Pearson he's an athlete though.
Where's the few people can't be running around here looking like Horace Grant?
When you see him play, you'll be like, all right, I'll shut up.
Will I?
Yeah.
Or will I be like that Horace Grant
No.
can play?
He's still Zach Powell.
All right.
He can play. Parents are great people too.
As long as they're not the James Worthy goggles.
No. When you can play and you're not wearing the short shorts, you know what I'm saying? It looks a lot better. But yeah,
The short shorts better never come back. Everything seems to go full circle.
not that.
Remember in high school, the girls wearing bell bottoms again? Or was that just who I was running with?
What is he talking about?
It could have been. I ran in a lot of circles in high school.
Man, don't be afraid to speak. Let it out.
You remember the girls in the bell bottoms? I remember. I came back.
That I remember.
The short basketball shorts, no.
Why are you listening to him? I am the captain now. Sorry. Yeah. Osborne's playing Potomac. I can't wait to watch that game.
Yes.
There's another game that's going to be really good in the area. You should go watch this game. The Oakton girls and Herndon girls are playing this week at Oakton.
Yeah, I gotta go
That's
see
going to
them.
be a really good game.
Yeah.
Man.
Is that at Oakton?
It's at Oakton.
I'll go there. What day is
I think it's on, I want to say it's the 6th. Whatever day that is.
Yeah, I'll get there.
Yeah, Herndon at Oakton. I'm telling you. You obviously we know the Oakton team.
Yeah.
But when you see Devin Newman and you see Andy Sanders from Herndon, you can be like, all right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man. Moving into 2017.
I know. I can't stop. I have the visual now.
All right. Sorry about that.
Shout out to Tom Hanks.
Shout out to Tom Hanks. Hey, speaking of, I told you the other night,
Yeah.
you should see The Accountant.
Oh yeah. Ben Affleck.
Hey, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon have kind of reversed position. I don't know what Matt Damon is doing now. He's been putting out some trash, but Ben Affleck has completely turned it around. I mean, it's Batman now. He had starting with The Town.
Yeah.
He's been on a
The
run.
Town's great.
The Town's a great movie. Although I saw the director's cut.
That's
not good.
No?
No, they should have left it the way it was.
Matt Damon is fighting on the Great Wall of China versus Dragon with a ponytail.
It's not good. You talking about that Elysium movie or whatever?
I don't even know what it's called. It looks terrible though.
Yeah, I saw the new Bourne movie too. That ain't any good either.
Anyway.
Sorry, completely got off topic, but
Comcast Local. Channel 28 Reston, Channel 2 in Prince William County. You can always see us on rubberrunsports.com.
always.
For Rob Giampapa, our Somali pirate, I'm John Moore. We will see you next week. We'll leave you with this. Tonight's best play of the week.
Wherever you want. He is the captain now.
He's the captain. See you next week.
Thank you for letting me see the book.